Hey, it's your boy Thomas Metal. He's back from Memphis. And now, you know what time it is?
Wild card, bitches! Yeah!
And hello. Thank you for stopping by yet another edition of the Massachusetts Beer Reviews channel, folks. YouTube. My name is right here, Thomas Metal 75 for your Massachusetts Beer Reviews. And this is your Massachusetts Beer Reviews. To the right of me, we have today East Coast Liquor Reviews. His name is Tanner. Cheers, Tanner.
Cheers, everyone.
The nose of knowledge. I'm the only one that's calling him that. Beer Man.
Cheers.
Oregon. The Bumpy Road Brews in New Hampshire. Bumpy Road.
That's right. Cheers.
Cheers. Massachusetts Beer Reviews. All right. Cheers, Ryan Jet Cupco. Ooh, I said that right. All right.
Yeah.
Cheers. Right. So.
Aren't you sick of us yet, Ryan?
Yeah, come on. I'm gonna be this crazy. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna be a crazy dude. There's the link. I never do this. Here's the link. If you want to join Jacabco or anybody else, let us know. And you show up here and we'll get you on from the basement. So as we do in typical Wildcard Wednesday fashion, we're gonna go around the horn. We're gonna talk about what everybody's bringing for a product. Do a little pour, quick. We'll talk about what you're bringing, and then the next time around, we'll do the full version of the review. Let's start with East Coast Liquor Reviews.
What's up, guys? All right. I believe Beerman had this one before. I got a beer by Great Notion.
Oh, yeah.
Cool looking label. Sub Air. It's got some muffins. This is called
Blueberry muffins.
I think I've had that one, yeah.
It is a tart ale. Tart ale with blueberry natural flavor, 6% alcohol by volume. Hashtag keep beer fun. Great Notion Brewing in Barrel House, Portland, Oregon. On top it says Flower Power, 1/6/23, so about 4 months old. Yeah, let's crack it over. Blue wheat beer. Put all my sours in.
All right. Do a close up of that.
Ooh, so it's not super thick. It's kind of pouring a little bit more Berliner Weiss, kind of. Pour that in there. Yeah. Looks pretty good. Pours it's like a blurple, bluish purple. Little bit of clarity through the beer. Not really. Oh, wow. I can smell the blueberries. And then it's got a kind of off-white, maybe like a tint of like I don't know, whatever color this is.
Whatever color.
Yeah, a tint from the beer on the head. Makes sense. About a half a finger. It looks pretty good. To do this. I don't think it's as effective.
Good beer.
I don't know. Yeah, this show's a mess. I don't know. Yeah, it's like a blurple, I guess.
That's a good description, I would say. Yeah, we got you.
It looks like the skins of the blueberry.
Yeah.
There you go. And there is a good amount of effervescence. So we'll see what that's all about next round. Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you, Tanner. Your man's beer time.
Hey. All right. So I got one from Humble Sea Brewing Company out of Santa Cruz, California, Northern Cal beer. Right on.
Woo!
Been a while. I haven't had anything from a Northern California beer company. So 6th anniversary. It's a double dry hop foggy IPA at 7%.
Cool.
I thought it was a collab.
Collab.
It's got dry hopped with Citra and Nectaron. So we're looking for peach in this one, I hope. Little citrusy peach.
A little collab.
See, 3/14/23, so it's fairly fresh.
Cheers,
I don't
Cheryl.
have a polished glass, but that's okay. It's definitely foggy, and it has the appearance of, say, West Coast kind of hazy.
Yeah, dude.
It's not as milky, sort of, but not
Cheers,
really.
Big Skin.
Cheers, big skin. Big skin, pig skin. One finger of head. It's a one finger head. It's got a nice rocky top. Yeah, smell real quick. Yeah, that's bomb. All right, cheers. I can't wait to get into that at all.
Cheers, bro.
I'm on mute. No flavored beer. Having a middle of high life. I'm gonna have a whiskey, so we'll get to that in a brief moment. But first, inspection time with Bumpy Road Brews.
All right, I'm here. I have a beer from New Hampshire. It's out of the Schilling Beer Company, or Schilling.
Let's have a beer company.
Is that the dog?
That's the dog. Yeah, it is the Schilling Beer Company. They're out of Littleton, New Hampshire. So we discussed this last night with Beer Man, if you can remember. Crosby hops. Apparently, that's an Oregon hop farm.
Ah.
Oh yeah.
So this is Schilling in collaboration with Crosby hops. This one's called Comet. It's crafted with Crosby Estate Comet hops. It's a dry hopped pilsner at 5.5% ABV.
Nice.
And yeah, it is just about 3 weeks. 3 weeks old. I mean, and it's a pilsner anyway, so not super important that it's very fresh. But 3 weeks is pretty damn fresh. So let's go ahead and give this a pour into an already used glass here.
Oh shit, we got Elbow in the house. What's up, Elbow?
So we got a soap sudsy white head and a nice kind of yellow gold, hay gold coloration. It is very clear. Let's see right through that. And some effervescent bubbles, some carbonation. Sometimes you can see it. Sometimes. But there we go. That is the beer.
A Hey Gold, not to be confused with a Hey Girl.
You see your nose.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Well, Tanner's the crazy bastard, but he's cool. Yes. Elbow 88. You were walking at a 45-degree angle at Memphis in May. How did that happen? Cheers, Elbow. I met Elbow in the flesh. He is a tall, lanky dude. Very tall, very lanky, very musically inclined. You know what, Elbow? We're going back to Tennessee tonight. Here we go. Got the 1884 93 proof. I don't even know if this is a bourbon. I think this is a Tennessee whiskey. The Uncle Nearest 1884. Again, 93 proof. You can get Uncle Nearest products. This is from Uncle Nearest Distillery, Shelbyville, Kentucky. I believe it's a Black-owned distillery. And you can get the Uncle Nearest at unclenearest.com. But you can get the Uncle Nearest bottled by Nearest Green Distillery. You can get most of their products in all 50 states. Pretty cool. They do this 93 proof in the white label. 1856 is a 100 proof, and they do a rye at 100 proof. They do an uncut rye and a couple other things, but those are the three flagships of the whiskeys. Memphis in May was a great time. Be glad to be home and safe and sound. Oh yeah. So let me. I pulled off the plastic. Let me do the crack of the bottle for the first time. Let's see. Do we get a good pop? Not really. And I fill the Glencairn with ice. That's probably the wrong way to drink this, but it's getting warm outside, so ice on a whiskey. Why not? Bam. There we go. Here's the bourbon or whiskey on ice. There you go. It's not super dark, and there's no real disclosure about exactly what's the. I didn't even ask at the this whiskey festival that I was able to try some of this whiskey at. I didn't even ask the what do you call that? The sales rep. What's the makeup and composition of this whiskey? But it can't be super old. But we'll give it a try and a taste. I don't know if the mash bill is either. They don't tell you. We'll give it a try and a test, and see what it's all about. So, cheers to all, and we're gonna go and start with Tanner, the East Coast Liquor Reviews, and start our actual tasting and reviews.
All right. So I got the blueberry muffin. It smells really good. It's got a definitely natural blueberry, sweet natural blueberry. There's a little bit of.
We went there. Oh yeah.
There's a little bit of that like buttery muffin. So when I go to Dunkin' Donuts, if I get a blueberry muffin, I have it warmed with butter. The best way to have it. If you don't have it that way, you ain't having it the right way. But yeah, it's very reminiscent of that. There is a nice tart acidity as well. Yeah, it smells good. Really no, I'm not getting any type of any other flavor other than sweet tart blueberry. Like I said, like kind of a diacetyl, somewhat muffin-like aroma. So I will say they kind of nailed it out of the park with that. And also $6 for a single can.
All right.
Let's dive in and try it out. Cheers.
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 Please be delicious. Get fucked nerds.
Definitely a lot thinner on the mouthfeel. Kind of expected that with the look of the beer. Not super sour. There's a little bit of that tart aftertaste. Up front is the sweet blueberry. The finish has somewhat reminiscent of a little bit of like some pastry vibes. Yeah, after it lingers for a little bit, yeah, it's slightly reminiscent of muffin. Is it full on muffin flavor in your face? No. But it's reminiscent of it. Super drinkable, crushable, 6%, not noticeable, of course.
No flavor saver.
No.
Oh shit.
Yeah, the mustache tastes a little bit like blueberries.
Oh shit.
But yeah, overall, really crisp and refreshing. Perfect beer for like the summertime, like we were kind of talking about on Beer Man show. This would be a great beer to have like poolside, maybe on the beach or something. It is very drinkable. It's not one of those thick, gloppy, heavily fruited sours. The aftertaste lingers for a long time. The finish is actually very long. I'm still left with a nice blueberry. I would say the muffin-like flavor is more noticeable on the aftertaste. So after you sit there and it's left on the palate, that's when you kind of notice the muffin-like flavor. But initially up front when you're actually drinking it, it's more of just that sweet tart blueberry. Yeah, it's kind of a crusher. But you probably wouldn't want to drink too many of these. I like it. It's solid. To be honest with you, I'm a little disappointed. I thought it was going to be a little bit on the thicker side Because I have seen some stuff by Great Notion that was a little bit more heavily fruited. I think this might have been one of their initial heavily like fruited sours, because I know that they have some other stuff out there. I've seen pictures where it's that super thick fruited sour. I kind of was expecting it to be like that, but I don't mind it. It's not going to affect my rating. Just a little disappointed. I thought it was going to be one of those thicker beers, but it is. It's very drinkable and it's a solid product. $6 a can though, kind of getting towards that price where I would have thought this would have been a more fruit puree based sour. So the price of it is a little. If this was like $5, I mean $1, not really much of a difference. But if it was like $5, I could see. But yeah, we're kind of getting into that. $6 a can is kind of getting into that Drecker range. So I was hoping to have like a little bit more like a Drecker thickness, Drecker vibe to it. Overall, still solid. And yeah, I have a number next time around. So cheers, guys.
Cool.
Nice. Cheers.
Cheers, Bumpy.
Cheers.
It's coming up in 2. Oh, it's after one reviewer. After this guy. This is the beer. Man.
Yeah, right. Okay, so this is very, very, it's like, it smells like you just crushed up some pellets of hops. It's so strong. It's so strong. Of like the Citra is definitely coming out big time. Super citrusy, super hop resinous, like, oh my God, punch you in the face. You get a little like pineapple, grapefruit, lime. I get a little peach. I get the peach from the Nectaron. All of it's so perfectly nice. It's super strong, super fresh. Bready, nice bread, sweet, kind of a sweet sour bread. Very nice. Fuck yeah, dude. Hazy, can't see through. Yeah, we looked at it, but let's drink it. Cheers.
Cheers, man.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Fuck, man, I hate it when it smells good and tastes like crap.
Oh no.
No, it's watery and dry. It doesn't leave any flavor on your tongue. It's so dry that it doesn't leave any, like, there's no flavor coming through. It's not. Damn it.
It's not, damn it. That's just...
No, Ryan.
No flavor on your savor.
It's never too late, Ryan.
No, it's not too. No. You can come on right in whenever you want. Yeah, I'm okay with you. Oh, here it is again.
It's light.
Make sure you tie your horse to the post, though.
To the whipping post.
It's not letting me taste it, and I hate this.
Shit.
They mashed in at a lower temp. They dried it up. They thinned it up. It's not bulky in the mouth at all. It's not full or rich. It's got a real thinness to it in the mouthfeel. The flavors are there, and then they go away. Like, nope, you're not going to have any of this. And I fucking hate that. It really smelled good, and I was hoping it would have that resin bite to it, the punch of, right, punch you in the face kind of resin.
It's a Karen beer.
Yeah.
Oh no.
It's getting better as I try it, as it's warming in my mouth and my palate's getting used to it, because I was drinking something different and I didn't have water to rinse it my mouth out. So it is getting a little better, but it is so watery and dry. Like, I need to have more flavor in there, flavor saver in there.
You can do it.
Oh.
But I don't know. The carbonation, it's got a soft mouthfeel, though. It's kind of soft. It's got like some qualities of a hazy. no alcohol. It's just too dry, and I don't get what I want out of this. It tastes like a fucking diet beer. So that's what I got, and that's all I'm gonna say. I'm disappointed. 2 fucking beers gone bad today.
Wow. So the liquid floats.
But cheers. Damn.
Now,
Cheers.
Gnome Brewing wanted to know what beer you were drinking.
This is from Humble Sea.
Win some, you lose some, beer man.
Huh?
I said you win some, you lose some, bro.
Yeah, you win them, lose them. That's it. They're out of Santa Cruz, California. It's too dry. You know, it does. It's not
Diet beer, yes, Miss P.
anything on your mouth. So
Well, we'll see what the actual
Diet
score
beer.
turns out. We'll see.
Are they
Thanks, beer man.
using aspartame in that there beer?
probably. Geez.
Maybe.
Yeah, aspartame, what I'm saying.
Oh.
Say what?
Oh.
Hey,
That's
Hey,
not right.
Giuseppe's here.
Cheers.
Cheers.
You'll be next in the Price is Right.
Cheers.
So the aromas on this beer. From afar. There's there's a slight sweetness to it. So there's a little bit of a fruit note. Can't really put my finger on it from afar, but there's a sweet kind of fruitiness.
Fingers.
Get in there closer. All right, this beer. So last night I was smelling this beer. I had this beer last night, and it was giving me lots of kind of like grassy and herbal and earthy tones and stuff like that. I'm smelling it right now, and I'm getting some more fruity notes out of it. I'm getting like watermelon, Jolly Rancher watermelon,
nice.
which is weird. So a little berry-esque, a little watermelon, maybe a touch floral. Any malt in there? It's very light, crackery, maybe a light bread. Wow, this beer has changed overnight. Okay, cheers.
Paul Roast. Are we all from Mass? No.
Muted.
Rhode Island, Oregon, Maryland, New Hampshire. Massachusetts.
So on the flavors, it's got this it is a little bit bready, a little bit crackery from the malt. On the flavors, it does have a slight citrusy zing to it. There is a little bit of it's like almost apricot, but a little bit more on like an orange citrus tone of an apricot.
Ooh. Another Rhode Island dude, Gnome Brewing. All right.
Nice.
Cool.
We gotta find out who you are.
There is a touch of a grassiness still in it. The bitterness on the finish, I'd say this is moderate for a Pilsner. Definitely, it's bitter like a Czech style Pilsner would be bitter. It's a lingering bitterness. It is a little bit on the kind of woodsy, earthy tone. There is some of that kind of like apricot and citrus note that does carry through to the finish as well, though. And a slight berry note. Yeah, it was interesting getting the Jolly Rancher watermelon, though, out of the nose. It's kind of like about a light medium body, lower side medium body. Carbonation, pretty spritzy, so at least in the medium realm to medium high for the carbonation. Very drying to the palate. Yeah, it's interesting that I'm getting some different notes out of it tonight than last night. I'm liking it more tonight. It still has the kind of grassy and earthy tone to it, but it's got a bit more of that kind of fruit note coming through. So cool.
Nice.
Cheers.
Yours.
Cheers. And Gnome Brewing is in Rhode Island. I have subscribed. Holy
Just
hell.
as well. Cheers.
Good old New Englanders. All right.
And Bumpy, I looked at his first video, and
Nice.
he's got a Shilling hoodie on.
All
Oh,
right.
yeah.
Cool.
That's cool.
We'll have to get you on one of these programs one of these days, Gnome Brewing. Keep subscribing and keep watching. Anyways, I do this really quickly. We'll get to Ryan in a minute, but
Bumpy, cheers.
we all have YouTube channels. Hit the subscribe button and also hit that notification bell every time we go live. We have a new video. We do a premiere. You'll see it. Everybody here's got a YouTube channel name, and it would behoove all of you to subscribe to each one of us. That would be really cool. Well, let's go over to Maryland with Ryan Jakubka.
Hey.
Yeah.
I actually don't have a YouTube channel. I'm just some bum that straggles around here and
He
watches
does
YouTube.
stuff and things.
Yeah, exactly. I do stuff and things.
Cool.
So, first time actually reviewing a beer on air, but let's see. I've watched you guys for a while do this. I have a West Coast IPA from a brewery called Elder Pine, based out of Gaithersburg, Maryland. It is a 6% ABV West Coast IPA. It says it's using Citra hops, and then it also gives notes here about grist, which that's beyond me. I'm not exactly sure what that means.
Grain bill. Yeah. All the grains.
Okay. So it's saying Golden Promise, Pilsen, and Caramel Vienna. So
Nice.
They do not do a canned on date, unfortunately, but I do know that they just recently released this, so it couldn't be more than probably like 2 or 3 weeks old. So pouring it up.
Oh, that looks good.
Yeah. I'm gonna say kind of opaque. It's definitely not crystal clear, but more of a orangish yellow color, not necessarily like a straw yellow like a Pilsner would be, but more orange color. Has about half a finger of white tight head. Let's see. So yeah, definitely Citra. I'm getting definitely like an orange marmalade almost, with like malty, the maltiness from it, probably giving it like the orange marmalade.
Miss Piggy, where's your straw, Ryan?
Yeah, my straw.
Oh my God. Woof.
I have a silver metal straw over there somewhere. I literally just took this out of the fridge, decided to hop on here quick, so it's not, like warmed up at all, but I'm mostly just kind of getting an orange marmalade and some malt on the nose.
Nice.
All right.
He's ready. Lunch.
Yeah.
Ryan, you must say cheers before you drink the beer.
Cheers.
Cheers. Salute. Slancha.
Yeah.
Cheers.
That's
Yeah.
one thing I forgot so far.
Prost.
Prost. Yeah, there you go. So, yeah. Right away on the first sip, I got like the malt flavor, the bready malt, almost like a crackery malt flavor, immediately followed by the orange from the Citra. A little sweet, definitely crisp. I'd say medium body, a lot of very effervescent. A little drying on the finish, but yeah, this is really good. Gotta say, Elder Pine, I've been happy with what I've gotten out of Elder Pine. Primarily, it's kind of hit or miss with them. Sometimes they'll come out with some really crazy, odd Pilsner that just isn't quite for me, I guess.
Miss
If
Piggy,
I had to give it a rating, are we doing ratings? You want me to give it a rating?
not yet, but Miss Piggy, you forgot to mention the head.
Oh,
Head?
Oh, Miss Piggy, wow. She's
I
all
mentioned
over.
the head. One
Yeah, you
half,
get the
half a finger of head, white,
There you go, half finger.
tight,
Half finger.
half finger.
that looks really good. Sounds good.
Cheers. That's
Yeah.
Yeah,
And just
Nice, man.
last thing I'll say is they always have some real awesome can art.
Yeah, that's bad.
library.
But the actual name of this is, I don't know if I actually said the name, it's called Citra Archives. So they kind of
All right.
book.
Oh, cool.
And Ryan's got certificates on his wall, so that makes him a very important person.
You know,
Yeah.
every,
So,
time,
Miss-
every time I
Miss
hop on,
Piggy, shove it.
start doing it.
Cheers,
Are
Rashford.
you a doctor or a lawyer?
Oh, well,
No, doctor.
cheers. Thanks for coming on, good sir. Ryan Jakubka.
Thanks for having me.
Nice. So I'm
Cheers.
going back again. We were some of us in the beer community, and I guess the drinking community is large. We're in Memphis, Tennessee, Friday through Sunday, really, for the Memphis in May Beale Street Music Festival. And I got a bottle of whiskey that I did try. Well, I bought it. It was bought by a family member when I got back, which was kind of cool. Maybe fate have it be I was in that area and they bought it anyways. The Uncle Nearest 1884. I believe this is a Tennessee whiskey that would naturally, therefore, undergo the Lincoln County process of basically creating a bourbon and then undergoing the charcoal filtration process at the end of the distillation. That's what makes a Tennessee whiskey that one little bit different than a bourbon. Otherwise, it is a bourbon in theme. The Uncle Nearest website doesn't really tell you anything about the mash bill or anything like that. Distiller.com says Tennessee whiskey produced in Tennessee with a mash grain of at least 51% corn, aged in new charred oak barrels and filtered through maple charcoal prior to aging, which is what it should be done with the Lincoln County process. And I guess Uncle Nearest is a reference to, as I said earlier, Nearest Green, which I think he must have been a former slave back in the 1800s that ended up actually teaching Jack Daniels himself the distillation process. So, well, Uncle Nearest, yeah, and I believe that's how they got that name in. I believe it's a black-owned distillery, and it is 93 proof, 46.5% ABV. I decided it's a little warm outside. I don't usually do it this way on reviews, but I did add some, you can probably say, little chips of ice in there. At this point, it's been diluted down some. Maybe I'll add a little bit more to the glass and get it less icy, but we'll review it for what it is here, I guess. It definitely turned a kind of a clearer, light golden color, but in the bottle, it's definitely darker than that in the bottle. So the ice has done its job in diluting the whiskey, definitely. I guess I will pour a little bit more at the very end when I get the review done and see what the whiskey's like without all this water in it. So we'll do the water, not so neat pour, and then we'll do a quick synopsis of the whiskey at the very end when it's just a neat pour. So right now, we talk about the color. Right now, we got a lot of caramel sweetness up front. Yeah, caramel sweetness, definitely some woodier notes of the barrel. I don't know how old this is. It doesn't even say. It just says small batch whiskey. It doesn't even make a claim about straight whiskey of any kind. So it could be minimal of 2 years old. I have no idea. So yeah, it's definitely got that woody note to it. There's a little bit of a citrusy, maybe like an orange kind of a note. The website says white pepper. I can see a little bit of that, not a whole bunch. I'm gonna have to try it without the ice to really get the better nose. I should have done this without the ice to begin with. Some general brown sugars and vanilla sweetness. What else am I getting? And maybe that's the oranginess underneath. Yeah, probably there. There's a little bit of a barrel char. I mean, a little bit of a barrel char when I'm getting some of that. Let's just, maybe that's what I'm getting mostly. There's some kind of a darker char underneath. Not terrible smelling, but again, we'll do the proper tasting at the very end really quickly to give you some better notes. But with the ice, the Uncle Nearest 1884, available in all 50 states. Solange.
So go to a liquor store nearest you.
I didn't say that. Brown sugar are sugary. Is that brown sugar? I'm trying not to use the website, but I was using it just to look at some information. They said tobacco leaf. I can get that. Like a lightly chocolatey Maduro tobacco leaf. So light chocolatey notes. Actually, moderate chocolatey notes. Moderately chocolatey. That's kind of cool. Moderately orange chocolate little candies. More chocolatey and tobacco than orange, but those three things are there. There's definitely I can see the cedary wood note. I would say oak if I'm thinking bourbons or American style whiskeys. It's pretty smooth. You don't really say smooth during a whiskey review, but you can do whatever you want because it's your own taste and palate in your notes. This is super smooth with the ice. Danger, Will Robinson. With the ice, you get 0 alcohol. None. It is gone with the ice. You could slam this and forget that you slammed it. If you're going to slam whiskey, which I'm not going to do that. Definitely some wood char. Definitely not smoky, but a wood char. Vanillas, some honey. The brown sugar's in there. It's pretty simplistic, but it's giving you a lot of good notes. I really like that barrel char in the background. I'll have to get back to you on the finish when I get a full review going on again. Right now, it's a moderate towards a thin, but I would say it's a moderate mouthfeel. Maybe some more of like a rye spice or a white peppercorn is showing up in the background. So that's kind of cool. We'll go from there. I think a little bit of rye spice is showing up, but we'll go from there. I'll give you a neat pour at the very end before I give a review and a number fully, but we got to bring in the next contestant on The Price is Right by way of New Jersey, living in Georgia. The beverage Ramble, John H. Fier.
I made The Price is Right. Woo! Yeah! Woo! Hey, Bob. Great.
While you're at it, sir. Cheers.
Hey, Bob. Excuse me. Mr. Drew Carey. Great seeing you. Okay. How y'all doing tonight? Good evening, everybody.
Good day, wherever you're from.
Cheers, bro.
Woo! All right.
Woo, he's ready.
I'm gonna real quick. I just okay, that's right. I'll be real quick. I'll be here for a little bit. I got something a little cheap tonight. Nothing special. Just a little Ice House.
Wow, all right.
42-ounce bottle.
42, wow.
5.5%. So
They'll do you on a
this
hot
came out in 1990. Yeah, and today was 87 degrees here in the ATL area. So, I had to get something very ice cold and refreshing. I just got done with Jay's. We did the Foster's Premium review. I like ESBs. I'm not a fan. So gave a score of what was it? 88, I think it was, out of 100 for that. And Jay jokingly says, "Okay, Gene, Sean, we're gonna unfree you." So okay, so obviously just joking. So but so anyway, this beer's already cold. Ice cold. I got in the free. Oh boy.
Watch out. It's glugging.
Yeah, exactly. So
Glugging for punishment.
Yep. Again, the history, of course, came out in 1994. I would say that this one, I know many people, especially now later, since its release, but now if you go further down, people have some people still like them, like the ice beers, the ice draft, some kind of dismissive, think they're kind of like, I don't drink this trash, that's their view, hey,
Ooh.
whatever.
Bart Robinson is drinking an ice house with you right now.
Yes. Okay. Thank Bart. Appreciate it.
Yes.
Of course, we know all the right. We know all of them that have been out. Right. All of them. We know about Most Ice, Labatt Ice, Genesee Ice, Keystone Ice. He's directed back Stone Ice. Old Milwaukee Ice, and a few others, but without question, this one and Bud Ice probably the two that have been very successful with advertising and whatnot. So,
advertising definitely, yeah.
Especially during the hockey playoffs, during that time when they made their release, they were like,
Bud Ice definitely with the hockey, yeah.
All their commercial Ice House Edge and Bud Ice. It was like everywhere.
That mid-90s put for this.
Yes, the Penguin Bud Ice. That
yes, yeah.
So, all right, You see what the beer looks like. Nice, a lot frothy. So let's have at it. Cheers.
Ha roast.
Again, very enjoyable. Refreshing. Just right.
We heard refreshing.
Imagine this on draft. This would be awesome.
Ooh, maybe back in the 90s, yeah.
Imagine on a giraffe.
I'm not disappointed in this at all.
On a giraffe. No,
yeah. I never had this on draft, so I became legally drinking age in 1997 when I turned 21. So.
Hell yeah.
Here I am now. I'm 47 right now. So, I'm 47 now. So, but a good product. Nothing. It's very inexpensive. When you go to the package store, grocery stores, you get them 12-pack, 15-pack, or whatever, or even at this size, a 42 ounce. Just a good, decent lager. Very refreshing, crisp, smooth. A good beer at a good price. So, do I need to give scores now, or we do it later?
We're gonna do it at the very end. You came in at the right time to do a full review. We're gonna do one more time around, and you'll be the last one on the price. Oh no, you'll be the second to last one before me on the Price is Right. Cheers, Jean-Pierre. Let's see. Is this the order? It sure is. Let's do it in that order. All right.
Am I next?
I'm going to go back to Tanner, East Coast Liquor Reviews for the
Tanner, how you doing, buddy?
What's up, John? Cheers, man. Oh, hold on. Let me see if I can remember. Sac passé, Jean.
Sac passé, la boule. Yes.
Laissez les bon temps rouler.
Yes. Tell your wife I said hello. Okay.
Will do.
Blessings.
Maybe one day when she's my wife, but until then, I'll let my girlfriend know.
Got it.
This Great Notions beer is actually pretty good. At first, it's kind of like just like a regular blueberry beer, but when you keep sipping on it, it warms up a little bit, lingers on your palate a little bit longer. You do pick up that muffin note. I like it. It's not your typical super thick, heavily fruited sour, but it's solid. I mean, even just if I did a bumpy sniff, it smells like muffins.
Oh,
it smells like muffins, Bumpy.
There you go.
How am I doing?
You're doing good. Now get muffin stuffing.
No, yeah, it's a solid product. I give it like a 94 out of 100. Wow, I think it's pretty good. At $6, Like I said, sometimes you get these heavily fruited sours, and then you pay $30. This one's not bad. You pretty much pay. I think it was. So if this was like $6, maybe a little bit more for a single can, probably like 22, 23 bucks. So not bad for sure. I would like to try some more stuff by Great Notion.
Oh yeah.
Because I heard that they are very good with their sours.
That's
And
what they
then
do.
even their New England IPA that I had by them, I feel like I'm starting to get Great Notions kind of entry level stuff, like what they're known for, what they're famous for. But I want to get more exclusive products by them, more of their like that I seen the Tiger's Blood.
Yeah,
David
yeah.
probably had that, right? I heard that was pretty good.
I was pretty head over heels about their Juice Junior IPA. That thing was really good.
Yeah, look out for that.
That thing is good.
Yeah, Yankee Spirits has some good ones by them, but they're in that like $25, $26 range.
They
So
sure are.
very expensive. So I'll probably grab a can, typically fruited
Yeah,
sour,
yeah, if you can.
almost $30 for a 4-pack. Oh,
You should be able to get some cans,
Yeah.
single cans. What we are, yeah, definitely. I am able to.
yeah, almost $30 for a 4-pack. I don't spend that much on a 4-pack. I'll buy a single.
Yankee Spirits do a good job with their single cans of the Great Notion. I think.
Yeah, they do. They are kind of expensive though.
Yep.
Yankee Spirits, they're
Not
single-
quite $10 for Great Notion. They're a little bit cheaper than you know who.
Yeah,
Oh,
I bought a 450 North from them one time. It was like $9. I'm like,
Woo. Yeah.
$9.50.
Is he put himself in timeout?
Yeah, John Pierre, you're in timeout.
It's like Blair Witch Project.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Blair Witch Project.
Wait until he starts spinning around.
Wait, snap, go. You threw it in the river. What? Anyways,
See,
94.
got a straw?
That's great.
Yeah, 94 of 100 for the blueberry muffin. Cheers, guys.
Yeah. Is it Beer Man's turn? Beer time.
Yeah.
Beer review time. With the numbers. Beer Man.
So this beer, it came through a little more as it warmed. I started getting more of that punchy ass hop that I was wanting, but it's still so light and dry. Yeah, it's so light and dry. It's not inviting the flavors in as much as I would like it to. So I'm gonna give it an 88 out of 100. I think no 85. No, let's go 85. That's a big drop, but I'm gonna go 85. Just trying to be as honest as I can here.
True.
It wasn't great, but it was still good. I just wish it wasn't so dry.
Yeah.
It should be a little fuller, just a little thicker in flavor. And I mean, because it is a 7%, I mean, you should have something coming out of that. And it's just not there. So that's what I have for you. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, man.
Cheers.
Bumpy Road.
So, with mine, out of Schilling Beer Company,
I like them.
yeah, they make. I mean, they do a lot of lagers.
They do really good with their logo.
Yeah, they do. I mean, they do other things other than just lagers, but they kind of focus their energy on Germanic styles or kind of obscure stuff that you won't really find, but very classic type styles. This one, being a dry hop Pilsner, is really not a classic style. It's kind of a newer aged Pilsner. And
Would you say like an IPL kind of a beer?
yeah, kind of like an IPL type thing.
Yeah, pale lager.
And this one's it's just kind of missing a lot of what Schilling does great is usually with a malt presence in their beers. They usually hit their malt profile really nice. This one's missing a lot of that malt. I don't get the doughiness. I don't get that rich breadiness that a lot of their German influenced lagers have. Yeah, I don't know. This one's it's all right. It's not disgusting, but it just kind of reminds me of a lot of the kind of yeah. I'm gonna score it out of 41 out of 50.
That's still pretty good.
So it's very good, but yeah, definitely not something of a Schilling shining moment, I would say, for this brew.
All right. I would say
Yeah,
Good
that was a
overall
comment.
your displeasure.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I think probably this guy would agree. Woo. If you want, well, I mean, you have, what's the word I'm looking for? What's the brewer I'm looking for?
Jack's Abbey.
That's the one. Thank you. If you want, I would say between the two breweries, you're going to do pretty good for traditional lagering styles.
Mhm.
Probably Jack's Abbey is going to get you a little bit more outside of what you would normally think of, but I think Schilling is going to be more like what Bumpy said, Germanic, more traditional styled. So you could go wrong with neither or, but that would be a good one to try if you, for some reason, find yourself in northern parts of New England. Yeah, Schilling. Good times, I would have to say. Thank you, Bumpy. We're at Ryan with the Citra Archives. Final review and thoughts.
So as it warmed up, I started getting some peach and like floral notes, I guess, at the end as well. I don't know if this made sense or not, but it started getting more bitter on the finish.
Sure.
But it was good. I'm enjoying it. Definitely had some better. If I had to rate it and give it a number out of 100, I'd probably give it like a 90. But yeah, I don't really have much more to really say other than that. Again, got some more peach, maybe a little more citrus actually. In the beginning I was saying orange marmalade. Now I feel it's more of an orange zest with just some sweetness out of it.
Cool.
But yeah, I like it. Give it a 90. Cheers.
Nice.
Your
Cheers.
mother's in the hospital, Angie. Holy crap. We will post something at post this review stream. We wish your mother the best from Thomas Meadow, Masters Reviews and Country. All right, cheers, Angie. Definitely. See you up there.
Yeah.
All right. We're gonna go over to Smoky Bear there, Jean Rambo. Woo! For a final review of the Bud Ice. If he's
Max
got a
Headroom.
good number score today for the beer.
Max Headroom.
It's Sean Pierre's turn on The Price is Wrong. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6,
Jean Pierre, do you have us muted?
4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, I will go next. We'll get
Sorry
back to
about that.
John. Oh,
I'm
he's
sorry.
coming on.
Wait,
Woo!
he's talking out of the back of
I'm
his
sorry.
head.
I'm sorry.
I'll get ready for my final review anyway.
I'm
You are
watching
free to go.
the Miami Knicks game right now, so you know.
Right. Not Boston, no.
91. If y'all can hear
91.
me. 91 out of 100 for Ice House Ed. This is an A beer, very enjoyable, very excellent,
Nice.
and nothing wrong about it. Just a really good beer. Price, it's a good budget beer, right up there with Miller, Milwaukee's Best Light, Keystone Light, whatever. Any budget beer is pretty decent. So,
Yeah.
91 out of 100 for
Yeah.
and that's Ice House.
I saw. Cheers.
Cheers, man. Nice.
All
I
right.
lost my damn cigar.
Don't
Cigar.
burn down the
cigar?
apartment.
There.
We got to make sure you don't burn it down.
Where there's
We'll
smoke,
call
there's
each
fire.
corner's fire department if you burn your apartment down.
It's just the beard.
Well, we'll watch you from the corner here and make sure you don't burn the house down. Cheers. I'm going to do one more portion of my review. I'm going to try as quickly as possible without any ice or water. Just neat of a pour of this really quickly, and then I can give you my actual score. I mean, the weather's been so nice. I want some whiskey on ice, and that just did it. I feel like it was great. Don't get me wrong. I feel like it was a detriment to the reviewing process. So now we can see that it's not as cloudy, right? In the glass? No. The glass may be with my fat fingers all over it. You can see the fingerprints there. Fingerprints. Yep. It looks like the bottle now. It's got a golden amber color. All right, let's go to the smell really quickly, and I'll give you my final review.
It's
Again, if you're new and haven't seen what I'm doing, Tennessee whiskey going off of Memphis in May trip I just went to. Uncle Nearest,
Yes,
1884.
I was going to ask you, Eric. Probably off air. I'll ask you the question: how do things go this weekend? Great time.
Very good. Drunken one and elbow got drunk, but drunken one got fucked up. Anyways, we'll talk about that later. Those are cool dudes, though. We had a good time. So now, okay, so now the bourbon or Tennessee whiskey really opens up. Good, good. A little more alcohol notes come out then with the water. That really subdued the alcohol note. More vanillas, more herbal rye notes. I don't know how much rye concentration's in this, but I'm getting more of an herbal rye spice. More vanillas, more caramels, more like a custardy, creamy note. That's just what's coming off on the top of my brain with the neat pour here. I can see more baking spices as well. I get a honey-like sweetness. Yeah, sure. And the white peppery thing, maybe that's a part of the rye spice. I don't know. That's coming out on this one. Let's try it neat, and then I'll give you a complete score, and try not to go super long and in depth with the score here. But yeah, let's try it neat. Cheers. Prost.
Cheers.
Cheers, bro.
Sláinte.
Thank you, sir.
Prost before hosts.
Definitely. Prost with hosts. Ooh. It's more warming now without the ice. Definitely. So we get that wood char underneath everything. Vanilla, honey. Some kind of a spiciness. I want to say that's the rye. There's an herbaliness to this. The woody note is in there. Is that about it? It's a longer finish. It's not really creamy, but it's borderline creamy, if that makes any sense. Like a medium body for the whiskey.
Alex would be kind of happy.
Kind of impressed. Kind of disappointed.
He'd be like this. Come on, Eric, you owe me.
I actually like this with water better. I feel like it's a little hotter on the ABV, even though it's 93 proof, and it's a lot more spicier, rich oriented in the baking spices department. Vanilla's in the wood up front. Baking spice. I'm saying rye spiciness. That's how it tastes to me currently. It could be wrong. I don't know what the mash bill is. It sort of wants to go in a creamy direction at the end of the whiskey, so that's pretty cool. I think this would be really good in all of your cocktails, period. This would be really nice. The way that it does. What I like about this whiskey, although I liked it better neat, I liked it better with the ice or the water addition. I think this does good in all. I think this will do really good in all kinds of bourbon style cocktails, because I think it's got just about every kind of a flavor you're looking for in your American style whiskey that would go good in those kind of cocktails. I do think neat by itself, it's a little youthful and rough around the edges, but I do like that it has. Actually, I am getting brown sugar at this point, so that's pretty good. That'll bump up some rating. I do like this brown sugar in the finish here at this point. I do like that cedar and that vanilla. What did I say? Minty eucalyptus thing. I do like that up front. And I like how it changes almost to brown sugar as it tries to dry. So semi-dry. I liked it better neat. This isn't, I forget. I bought this bottle once for my brother for his birthday a couple years ago. This can't be more than $45 at the most dollars. Small batch. I'll give this. It's not any better than the 1886 100 proof. I'll give this an 80. 85 is about a B plus. I'll give it a B plus. And I would say, please buy this and drink it for that price point. I think it's going to do you better on ice with water. And I think it's going to do you better at 93 proof in flavor with some different style cocktails. Buy the 1886, their black label, for a more full, robust drinking experience. And cheers. There we go.
Eric,
Cheers.
Yes, sir.
Cheers.
the real question is
Yeah.
it delicious?
Is it delicious?
Please be delicious.
Final review. It's delicious. Oh yeah.
Alex
That's
would be
fine.
proud.
85 is a good delicious rating. It's a little, I don't know how to describe it. Just a little more perfumey or cologne smelling and taste, if you will. And
Do you typically have a do you typically have a water bottle on the side when you drink whiskey?
Today, no. Typically, yes.
Yeah, you should. I noticed that when you just like take a couple sips of water and then you take a couple sips of whiskey, you get the
And
flavor.
that's what your palate what's thinking about, yeah.
Yeah, your palate, and then even like your just like your esophagus, you know, any type of whiskey, you get a little bit of that chest burn.
You can, yeah.
But if you keep chasing it with like a couple sips of whiskey every once in a while, you
Yeah.
don't really get that.
No, absolutely. So the last whiskey I tried in Tennessee when I was down there in Memphis was the Uncle Nearest rye. That was 100 proof on ice. That was really nice. I like the rye over this 1884 every day of the week. The best one that I tried, and we went the other place that we went with Drunken One. He was drunk as fuck. Elbow 88. He fell twice. Once on pavement. I didn't see that. Once on the grass. He had too many beers. He was fucked the fuck up.
Damn.
Drunken One, Elbow 88, Shane Fudge and his son Matt. Who else was there? Thomas Mel 75. Flacco and his wife, and I'm probably and Elbow had a buddy of his. Those were the 8 people that were there. And we went to a distillery, the old Dominic Distillery, which is the oldest distillery in Memphis, Tennessee. I don't know if it was on the same exact plot of land that it used to be on. They had a bunch of different whiskeys, some bourbons. They had a bourbon. They had a bottled in bond bourbon. They had a Tennessee whiskey, a wheat whiskey, and they had a whiskey the best whiskey they had that I tried was a limited edition or a rotating series that they had aged in a local Memphis. I forget the brewery's name. They took a local brewery's what is it called? A coconut porter barrel, and they put the whiskey inside of that. And that was real nice. That was the best distillery product I had there. They made a really good gin and tonic, so that was good. And I heard the old fashions from a couple guys were really good. The best one that I had was the Blue Note series of whiskeys from Memphis. They had a Crossroads at 100 proof, and their Juke Joint whiskey was 90, might have been this proof, 93. That had a very banana, nut bread, vanilla flavor, even with a big block of ice. That was the best I had. So that was really good. You can get some good beers and whiskeys in Memphis if you ever go. So I would rate, and then we went and saw the Memphis in May, the Blue Street Music Festival. That was really cool. A bunch of music from Friday to Sunday this past weekend. That was really good. The best band I saw was Government Mule. 311 played there as well, and the show rounded out on Saturday night with Greta Van Fleet, and Sunday was oh my god, Robert Plant and Alison Krauss. That was really good. Not shabby.
Wow, sounds like there was some real.
Oh,
good
that's
bands.
nice. That's cool.
I don't remember who headlined
Oh my god.
on Friday. Friday. Was it Friday? That must have been Earth, Wind, and Fire, I believe. Yeah.
Damn.
Or 311 Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Oh,
I didn't stay in.
Wow, they played on there. Okay, that's cool.
That'd be awesome to see that. Oh yeah.
all kinds of music all on the banks of the Mississippi. There,
I've seen them. I've seen Earth, Wind, and Fire twice. They are really good live.
I heard that might have been Saturday. Actually, I remember we were sitting down halfway through a couple of the different stages, and we just heard whatever his name is, Laverne. I forget what his name is from Earth, Wind, and Fire. Just hitting these high notes like he was breaking glass. It was crazy.
Whoa.
The guy still can do that. It was good. So, anyways, that whole experience was topped off by on Saturday. We went to Rendezvous Charcoal Ribs there in Memphis, Tennessee. We got Shane Fudge Green Man. Once we got there, we all met each other, hugging, having a good time. And he said, "Hey, go look over there." I'm like, "Why? Go look over there." I'm like, "I don't see anything. Go look one more time." I'm like, "Okay." He's like, "That? Do you see Robert Plant over there?" I'm like, "Robert Plant's over here." Very cool. And Shane Fudge, if you follow him on Facebook, Green Man, he took a video really quickly. He didn't get a photo, but he took a video really quickly when Robert Plant was leaving the restaurant and taking a photo with a couple of different patrons at the restaurant. That was really cool. So that was a really good event. Anyways, let's finish off our evening here. That was a great couple evenings this past weekend. But let's go around the horn. I know Ryan doesn't have a YouTube channel, but shout out people if you want.
Like a great couple of days.
Yeah, let's just talk about everybody's YouTube channel really quickly and shout out. I guess we'll go with Bumpy. At least 2 people. Tanner, your turn.
All right. So shout outs for me. Just check out my reviews on my channel. Pretty much variety reviewer. Beers, whiskey. Actually bought a 6-pack of seltzers the other day. Yeah. I don't mind it. It was actually pretty hot. That's why, and I was outside doing some yard stuff. So I was like, yeah, screw it. I'm gonna grab a little bit of seltzers. So possibly look out for maybe a seltzer review. Yeah, like I said, variety reviews. And then other than that, check out Miscellaneous Brew Reviews. He's actually live right now with Josh.
Oh.
So possibly maybe we can raid his channel afterwards. Go hang out with him. If everyone's up for it, I'm up for it.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm down.
Possibly go hang out with him after this. And then I can't shout him out enough. EY Brew Review, group of friends from Kentucky. I've been watching them for years, 4 years. I've been watching them since they were kind of a smaller channel. They're at like 25,000 subs now.
They're a big channel now.
But yeah, they're really entertaining. They're a little bit more straightforward. They don't typically throw like a bunch of complex, super unique flavor notes at you.
They do a really good job.
They'll tell you whether or not a product's worth it or not, and they're just fun to watch. Group of friends, kind of variety reviewers. KY Brew Review. He actually, his channel used to be called Special K when it's Special K, Radar, and Steel Reserve. Those are the main 3 people, but they've actually built a bigger, not the jelly. They actually built a bigger community of people that review with them. So now they got like 4 or 5 other cast members, they like to call them. So it's just a group of friends that review products, and yeah, go check them out.
If you watch beer reviews by default, you've probably seen these crazy MFs.
Probably. Yeah.
Probably.
Cheers.
I would love to join them on something like this and to a music festival. Those would be the fun people. Beer Man, we got to get to Oregon at some point. What's going on your channel? Shout out people.
You guys over here.
I love to do that.
Yeah, so Beer and Cheese Tuesday, as always, will be going on next Tuesday, 8 o'clock Eastern. Bring it. Let's see if it works. Wednesday is all spun out again. I gave you guys 2 adjectives this time, so hopefully that helps you out a little more in finding something a little more creative. And that's at 6 o'clock Eastern, 3 mine. I've been putting out a bunch of reviews lately. I just got over FLX beer reviews. These are basically my shout outs for other people. FLX beer reviews, cheers to them. Cheers to Dan. Got done with his and very delicious beers. And also have some from Regiopolis that I need to go through. And I've got some from Ryan Jacobko here.
Yeah.
3 more to do from you. So I'm just kind of like trying to schedule it and get everything going. If I'm not too drunk at night, I just ruined one of Ridge's beers, but that's okay. It's in the back end. If anyone wants to see that drunk ass dude talk about a beer, let's not do that again. Last night I got a little bit woo, but it was quite funny actually. I might put it live. We'll see. Yeah, that's it. One person I'll shout out. I am brewing. I'm brewing next Thursday. I'm going to start 2 more for Bumpy and for hold on. Wait, let's slow down. I got Flava Sava for his American Amber. And then I've got the double New England, which actually is 7.8. That's what it came to.
Nice.
It was supposed to be an 8.2. And that was the Naughty or Nice for FLX. So that's going to be going out to you guys and then some. And then I'm brewing up next Thursday. I'll start up a batch. I'll probably be doing Bumpies, which is going to be Fitty Point.
Nice.
And then we're doing Couch Cat, Wee Heavy for miscellaneous.
Couch Cat, yeah. Girl.
So,
That's for Josh, huh?
There was a lot of shout outs, but one more guy, real quick. Come on. Finru Home Brewing. I'm going to show him off. He's a good dude. Go check him out from New Zealand.
And Beerman, Gnome Brewing said he loves your beer. I'm assuming he's talking about
I
it.
assume that too.
Oh, yeah. Your beard's awesome too. I'm going to have to.
Yeah, you get your ass on this channel sometime. We would love
Yeah.
to see you. And Tanner and I would love to see you in person in Rhode Island.
Yeah, that'd be cool,
Yeah.
man.
Definitely. Cheers. Thanks, sir.
Come on. It's Bumpy's turn. Up a road. What the hell?
All right. So I just dropped a link.
Cheers.
I hope that's to his channel. Oh my God.
What?
What the fuck's the ball?
Oh my God, is that really? I didn't realize that. Yeah, man.
That was Han Yolo reviews. If you guys haven't watched any of his videos,
Sorry.
he does beer reviews and he also does sneaker reviews. He likes his like Nikes and stuff like that.
Yes.
But he's out in California, so he's closer to Beer Man. I'm sure Beer Man you've seen Han Yolo.
I don't know if I have.
If you haven't, check him out. I think that's the link to his channel. I copied it, so I didn't know it was gonna say that. Usually now they say their names, but hopefully he's still going. He hasn't put anything out in the past like 3 weeks, but that's not too long to not put out something once you've been going for so long. You kind of get burnt out. But yeah, he does a really good job with reviewing beers, and it's just with the whole plethora. The amount of beer reviews there are out there, you kind of lose touch with some people that you used to watch all the time. I used to watch them all the time. So, but yeah, definitely a great person to watch if you're looking for some nice notes on your on the beer you might be purchasing. It seems like he's getting some stuff from different locations versus just California as well. So. Yeah,
Cool.
that's my shout out, anyways. And then for the promo on my channel, Bumpy Road Brews, on Monday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern, I have a show called New Brew. Just bring a beer that you've never had before to join up on panel. And Tanner, stop being Spider-Man and get off the wall. Cheers.
Yeah. Oh,
Ryan Jacobko. He's got a YouTube channel. I don't think so, but if you want to shout out anybody, tell us who you should.
Yeah, sure. So shout outs would be Joe at the Beer Patrol. If it wasn't for him, I never would have found you guys.
Mm.
Kind of one of those domino effects. It was Joe leading me to FLX, leading me here. Also, 93 Lumber. Bumpy, I think you shouted him out a number of times. A nice start.
Yeah, that's Keith. That's Keith over at 93 Lumber, spelled out.
Yep, definitely spelled out. Does a lot of good things with smoked beers. I also occasionally throw on Joe's Arcade. He's been doing some whiskey reviews along with beer reviews. And since she couldn't make it tonight, also shout out Angie from Angie's Fluid Art. Does some real awesome things with some fluid art.
Heck yeah. Awesome stuff.
Right on.
Cheers.
3.
Cheers. We'll give you 5, 4, 3.
Is there noises coming from his house?
Well,
Is he
it's
wrapping
not
something in saran wrap?
All right, we'll mute John. John. Oh, we'll mute you.
Jean-Pierre. Jean-Pierre.
All right, we'll come back to Jean-Pierre. What did I say? 85 for this bourbon or whiskey is for you. Ooh, 85. This is Thomas Mel 75, Massachusetts Beer Reviews channel of YouTube. So, yeah, subscribe to Massachusetts or Thomas Mel 75. We do this program, the Massachusetts Beer Reviews and Company, the Wildcard Wednesday, every Wednesday, 7:30 Eastern time, New York, Boston time. Just bring a beer, wine, spirit, or really any adult beverage. Just don't be a douche. I didn't even say that earlier, but don't be a douche. You douche. That's nobody was a douche, so I didn't have to reiterate that. We all have good old fashioned fun. So, what am I gonna shout out? I got this Nintendo Switch last week, and I've been watching this dude, and I'm a little bit into gaming. I don't really collect it so much. I just play on this arcade machine I made out of a computer. With sometimes I play the Wii. I just bought the Switch. Big gamer from the 90s, early 2000s. There's a channel called Phoenix Resale that sells video games, and he teaches you how to. He shows himself going to video game stores, buying games, and trying to sell them for a profit. He sells them at Game Expo, sells them online. So go check out Phoenix Resale if you're into anything video game related, nostalgic or this generation, I suppose. And actually, here's one that's on my other screen right now. I do, and I know Tanner does, and Bumpy's getting into it. The whiskey reviews. We got a guy named John up north, Whiskey Neighbor, NEIGHBOUR. He's in Canada. He reviews all kinds of different whiskeys. He's a cool, fun-loving Canadian.
He's a good
Whiskey
dude.
Neighbor, fun dude. He sounds like he's from Minnesota, but he's from Canada. And Phoenix Resale for all your modern and old reselling of video games. Cheers. Yeah. We're going to give Jean-Pierre another. Let's give him 10.
He showed up for a second.
Yeah.
You know what? We're going to give him this. We're going to give him.
Oh.
You're muted.
Speaking to the hand.
Muted.
Damn it.
There, oh.
Boy,
There it is.
here we go.
Oh.
Check out Eric's channel, Thomas Metal 75, every Wednesday night, 7:30, 4:30 Pacific, and also Eastern. Beer Man, beer and cheese, Tuesdays.
Nice.
Hello, can y'all?
Yeah, beer and cheese Tuesday.
Hey,
I heard that.
can y'all hear me?
Sometimes.
Choppy.
Now, yes.
Okay. I'm gonna get a new computer this week. Dump all. I'm gonna.
It's not Ron Terrier's old computer, is it?
Because I'm tired of updating this. I've had this computer for 2 years. 2.5 years. It's time to go. So,
Yeah.
I should say. What else? About it. I'm done, guys. So
Cheers. I'm done with the whiskey,
Cheers,
and
John.
we're all done with the beers, I think. Alex ain't around, so he can't do his thing. But here's what I'm going to say. Until next time, keep tasting those great beers, wines, or spirits, or really any adult beverage. And we'll see you soon on another episode of Take It Away, Charlie Day.
Wild card, bitches! Yeah!
Beer man.